3 people are confirmed dead after this boat crash today on the MLF Invitational. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. This is not a video I want to do. So before we get started, we need to make sure that we send our love and prayers to the families of the people who passed away today over the boat crash on Smith Lake. Let's respect the upcoming process that needs to happen before we jump to conclusions and disrespect anyone, because this is not good at all. But let's learn the facts as well as possible, because this is a very, very sad story, something that nobody wants. And we need to be respectful, send our prayer and loves to the families of all the people that were involved in this horrible story that's happened today. This is several hours later, and here's what we know now. The Major League Fishing event that was held today had a boat wreck, a boat accident between Flint Davis and a guide boat, where 3 anglers that were on the guide boat were killed. 2 of them drowned after being hit by Flint's boat. Now, a lot of this stuff is just things that you hear from people that were on the tournament and then news coverage. But Flint was running to his first spot. He was running hot. He was going, from what I understand. And there was no fog at the launch site, so everyone believed that it was safe to move on. But there was some fog, supposedly, at the area where Flint and this guide boat collided. And the guide boat was in a spot that obviously had fish. He did nothing wrong. But he had 3 passengers on the boat, and he was driving a center console boat. And during the week, a lot of anglers noticed that these guides were out on certain points that were a little bit dangerous. And this accident happened near the Miller Flats area. And the Coleman County coroner confirmed that there are 3 people that died. There was Joey Broom, who was 58, John Clark, who was 42, and Jeffrey Little, who was 62, who were all out there trying to have some fun and catch some fish. And David Kilgore, who ended up winning the event because they canceled day 3, which would be tomorrow. They canceled it. But David Kilgore mentioned that he said to his cameraman that the guide boat that was in a very bad spot. Now, that doesn't mean the guide boat was right or wrong. That's what we need to remember. So we need to make sure we don't jump to conclusions. But Flint ended up hitting that boat and shooting 2 people off, who ended up drowning, and a 3rd person who ended up dying. And it's with a heavy heart to do a video like this, to be honest. This isn't stuff anyone wants to cover. Not regular news, not someone like myself who's just covering bass fishing news or fishing news. We don't want to hear stories like this. We don't want to, as much as everyone says, oh, it's about drama. This is not about drama. In all honesty, things like this and things like this that happen, we need to try to make sure that we better ourselves as anglers, as boaters, as tournament professionals, everybody who's in this community. So as a community, let's just make sure we hug our loved ones, say some prayers for these families and these anglers, and just be better. That's all we can do. We've got to be better as a community, as anglers, as boaters, as everything. And this just stinks. Honestly, it stinks. And I wish all these families, I hope they get plenty of love and support from all the people that are with them. But it's a tough one. It really is a tough one. We don't need any of this in our community, in our industry. It happens too often. That's the thing. And maybe there's something that needs to be looked into a little bit more. Maybe there shouldn't be people going 65, 70, 80, 90 miles per hour on a boat. Maybe that's not what we need. Maybe we need to make sure that the areas are better and not foggy and that kind of stuff. There's all sorts of things that probably could have been done differently that would have helped this situation. But we just need to make sure that we better ourselves and better our community and the fishing tournaments from here on out, so that we can limit this as much as possible. But maybe I'm wrong. What do you think? So comment below and tell me what you think. I'm not going to say anything about subscribing because this just stinks. So, may you have a blessed day. Hug all those people that you love and tell them that you love them. For me, one time. Thank you. Cheers and have a good night.